Hello, everyone. Hello. Let me just see here. I felt it. I'm coming on live today, and I wanted to touch base with what everybody is doing. I am using Ecamm. So, um, hmm. In order, if you're here, if you're seeing this live, comment, come on board, let me know you're here. If not, I'm going to have you listen to it later if you can. The topic today is what's frustrating to you. Now, um, everyone's going to have something different to say. And the interesting part of this is I've been doing 3-week empowerment circles with a small group of people. And I've been noticing myself. I'm like, there are certain things that I keep attracting that are very frustrating to me. And I'm like, and so, I deal with it how I deal with it, and I kind of slough it off, and then I get annoyed. I might get annoyed, and I'm like, what's the problem now? Like, so my point to you is that everything that we notice, everything that gets under our skin, everything that we're attracting to our attention has a message in there. And it's not really about the other person or the situation. It's got more to do with you. And that's a tough pill to swallow. So it goes like right along the lines of the whole law of attraction. The law of attraction says we are attracting things into our space, people, results, and sometimes, not like the best experiences in the world, but each of them is meant to teach us something. So I'm noticing my hands. Let me lift this up. Hold on. So I think that's fascinating. And, diagnosing it, and even going as far as some healers would say, you need to go in and remove the root of why that's actually happening. It's much, 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 much deeper than you realize. And typically, there are different modalities, different way of approaching it. I spoke with someone this week. She's like, well, I would put you in a very deep meditation, and we would go to the root of where this started, and we would, iron that out with a certain amount of connection to spirit or intuition and listening to what that is. And then you have to be somewhat of a skilled healer it's almost like taking out the threads through all of the different areas that it's impacting you in. So awareness is huge, right? But also the energetic part of this and the healing part of this, which is really more of on a spiritual level that this happens. And I know, many people don't understand that. Most empaths do, because you're already somewhat connected to spirit. So you'll get that. It's a thing. It's a big thing. So it's not, and it continues on, right? So we're going to take out the biggest hurdles. They're going to be staring us right in the face. And then there's things that are a little bit more under the surface. And you got to dig a little deeper to even be honest with yourself about what and why. What's upsetting you? Why is it upsetting you? Why is a topic sensitive to you? I give you an example. There are a lot of people that have a hard time with money. They have a very hard time looking at money, wanting money, earning money. And it is tied to the root chakra. It is tied to value. It is tied to how you choose to, the thoughts that you have in your head about money. How do you look at it? How do you step into it? How do you handle it? What does money mean to you, right? So those are all like huge, huge questions. And even in my own life, how did I grow up with money? How did my parents do money? How does my family do money? What opinions do I have of money? What do I say to myself? So there's like a learning curve to even stepping into overcome a certain mindset that might have you stuck. So I say mindset because we've embraced certain ideas. I can tell you, like for myself, I saw money being handled in my initial family when I was young, and I saw different dynamics. And none of them were that great. We were not, we were not poor. There is money in the family, but some of what I saw, the ideas around money, were such a turnoff to me. Such a turnoff. Money is the end all and the be all. Money is the driver. Money as the end result. Like there is no feeling behind this. It's just, this is all a transaction, and if this then this, and it's that calculated. Now mind you, that's how people accumulate money. They put their attention and their emphasis, and everything they do is about the financial part of it, and they do it strategically and they do it smart. So basically, they're taking their mind and they're saying, we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is how we get this result. All right. Beautiful. You can take the same thing with exercise. I want to get a fit, lean body. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. A fit, lean body is my result. I put all my attention there. So anything that you do and you want a result from, you have to put your attention to the mechanisms that make that result come your way. But when you watch and you observe and you're turned off by the way you see somebody else micro-focused, all in, you've got the glasses on, all they're thinking about is money. I can tell you, I grew up and I said, holy Jesus, like that is so insensitive. I don't even know that I use that word, but the feeling of it, the taste of it, it was like, this is so shallow. This is so shallow. This is so, not me. I was never that way, although I could manage and I knew what to do to earn money. I wasn't so hyper focused that money was the end goal. And there are people in the world that are like that. All right. Then there are people in the world that go the total opposite way. Money is not the goal. Giving, caring, doing is the goal. But money is a part. Money is an important element. It's like, food. It's like advice. It's like like money, the value of what you do, the value of who you are, the value of what you're receiving from someone. And the more you value receiving, the more you'll want money in order to receive a certain value from somebody or something. So to me, it comes to embodying and loving what money is, and using that money, that currency. It's almost like your attention, using to create a result. So I know a lot of light workers and I know a lot of empaths. I mean, we're heart-centered people. We love to give. And oftentimes we don't think in terms of the value of what that is to another person. Because we give so freely, right? And that's great. But on the other hand, it's to give and then to receive, to give and then to receive, to say, if you put a value on somebody, on something or somebody, it's great for them to know they're investing in something. So when you put money towards something. You're investing of your time and your attention. And when you take it that seriously, when you take money that seriously, as money being your investment in yourself, your investment in your life, and others investing in your life. Now, I've heard it before, I can kind of hear it now, but some of us don't have money. Everybody has something. Money is just one currency. It's just one currency. There are other things that can be done that can support a relationship with another person. So when, I advise everybody, please be goal-oriented. Be in the front row. Be there. Act. Get on, put the gas, put your foot on the gas. Okay, slow it down. Go around the corner. Like, move forward every day with something that is so sweet to you. It drives you, it motivates you, it empowers you. Do that. And whether you're in a negative, or I should say negative, whether you're in a challenging state of affairs, or you're in a smooth road of affairs, right? You still have to move through things. So think of it that way, and think of energy and vibration and the idea of loving what something is enough that you're not repelling it, you're loving it, you want more of it, right? And more of it in a flavor, in a way that it's heart-centered for you, that you're giving and someone's receiving. It's almost like you're stepping into that dance where there's something amazing going on. And I didn't always understand this before. I have to tell you, I didn't. I'm a very matter-of-fact kind of person, and I'm a very direct kind of person. And certain things have always come easy to me, and then certain things have come hard. And I was always racking my brain, well, why does this come? Why is this? And in the back of my mind, once I started looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's because I labeled that as bad. I labeled that as bad. I labeled this other behavior as definitely nothing I would ever do. So I was in judgment in one way, shape, or form of what I saw. And because I was in judgment, I changed some of the rules, and in order to, I poo-poo this. This is not what I want. But why did I make that decision? And is that decision serving me? And is that really the right decision? Because it closed a whole door. So I'm just saying, take another look. Take another look at how you dance with money, how you approach it, how you look at it, how you see it. Take a look at the things you said, absolutely, never, ever, ever will I ever do that. So whenever there is an emotional charge to something, there is something behind it. Whenever something is frustrating you, you're annoyed, you're this, you're that, there's something behind it. You have to learn. And I'm like the queen of learning, because I actually love this type of stuff. I love it. And I noticed recently, I said, you know what? I am so serious, which is a good thing. It is me. But I think there is a play factor that would expand even more if I didn't look at everything seriously. And I'll give you an example. I started exercising every morning with an amazing woman and a couple other ladies that do it with us online. And I'm watching this lady. She's probably going to watch this at some point. She's just having the time of her life, right? And she's saying things, and like, she doesn't have a serious bone, like introspective. She has a serious bone, but she doesn't have that. She doesn't go deep into emotions. She goes deep into exercise and having fun, which is amazing. So I'm watching, and I'm enjoying this thoroughly. And I'm watching how she's engaging, how she's saying, and what she's saying. Like, she doesn't think deeper into, she's just herself, unapologetically herself. And it's all in the right place. There's nothing deeper about it. We're not talking about deeper topics. This is just a woman that loves life. So she's sharing. There is not like one malicious bone in her body. And it kind of, because it blows my mind when I hear her talk, because she's not thinking how her words could impact another person. She's not going that far. She's simply speaking it and being it and having fun with it. And the other ladies in the group are starting to like be the same way. And it gives me permission to be the same way as well. But I noticed a difference. I'm like, how is it that I am so serious? I'm like, I want more of that. Let's get more of that. So it's this learning lesson from, who I am. I love who I am. There's always something that somebody else can add to the equation that you don't even think about. I don't know who's broadcasting, but it says, thanks for these insights. I'd also love to know the online exercise program. I'll have to share that with you. I'll see it when I go into the group on my computer. But thank you. So what's coming to me is all of this is vibrational. And the more you get in touch with and you observe, I think is a strength. But looking at the level of seriousness and how you play or you fail to play or you get frustrated at certain things, there's a richness to that. And there's a freedom when you pluck one out. You pluck one out and you're like, no. I think I'm going to like money today. I think I'm going to like money this year and the rest of the years that go on. Or I think I'm going to like my body today. I think I'm going to like my body this year. And so I could pinpoint so many different things, right? And one of the things that was curious is to me, and I still haven't quite figured it out, certain situations I attract. It's Christy. Hi, Christy. Listen, Christy, this is an energy exchange, and people that are empaths will feel it immediately. And the insight and the information is priceless, I want to say, because, why are we attracted to certain people? Why are we attracted? Because they truly are giving us something that we want more of. Now, the issue is I can observe and see and enjoy somebody and even integrate some of those threads of who they are into myself. They're going to activate me, right? But then holding that and being that on a day-to-day basis takes a little bit more consciousness, a conscious decision on your end. And it's not about ignoring things that upset you or frustrate you. It's about really spotlighting it. And then really taking like almost an amusing approach to it. Why are you here? How are we going to switch this around? Right? So, Christy says, since I went on disability and stopped working, my pain levels are staying much lower. I actually have energy to go and do things when needed. Okay, so this brings up the other point. Energy, empath, energy levels. Actually, I'm doing the free masterclass on Saturday. I really wish you guys would sign up and please share this video. It's called Energetic Awareness. Feeling drained, having no energy, let me tell you, it's no fun. It's no fun. I think, there are a lot of, there's a lot to the topic, and I want you guys to join me on Saturday for it. But this past week, there was 2 days, I had no idea. Something's going on. My energy level went to 0. And I honor that because I honor that. And when your body is fighting something, a virus or something, or when you are, so there's this giving and receiving going on, and then you go into an environment, you're always giving and receiving, and some environments are not going to be uplifting and helpful. And it's almost like you have a reserve of energy. You have a reserve, you have a gas tank, and you have to manage the gas that you are given in any given day. Every day you get this much. Oh my gosh, maybe you found some ways to increase the amount of energy you have every day. But if you go and deplete that energy down to nothing, you have nothing. And sometimes we're not always, for me, there are a lot of things hitting at us that we don't necessarily gauge, and we don't know what it's going to do to our energy. We don't know how we're going to feel. So moment to moment, day to day, things do change. And I wish I could say differently, but this chemical lab, this electrical lab that we're talking about here is impacted by a lot more things than we realize. So what's coming in, what's going out, and where we not seeing things, and what do we need to accept at certain points? Because there are things that are, especially if you're part of the ascension and you're part of this whole spiritual awakening, that are your body has to release, has to integrate, and it is tiring. It is going to deplete you because your body is adjusting, right? Ostera is tomorrow. The energy of the world is changing as Mother Earth wakes up and begins its rebirth. True. It's funny because what I did was, I don't like it when I go down. I don't know anybody who does, but I'm like, what's this about? Stop. I've got things to do. And then, but there's no arguing. There's no really place for me to go because I have to honor it, because I honestly can't do anything. I'm like, if my brain is not clear and functioning and I'm not in my body and everything is saying, Michelle, go to sleep, Michelle is going to go relax. She may not be happy. And then she'll say, what I do wrong, what happened there. Then I'll go back and forth. Because of course I like to be productive. But then this week I'm thinking, okay, can I figure out what this is about? And I'm waiting. I'm like, well, there's a lot going on in the astrology. There's a lot going on in the astrology. I really should pay attention to it. So instead of just driving myself crazy, a friend of mine recommended a book. She goes, Michelle, you need to get this book. It's going to give you, it's not a book. It's like a booklet that tells you month per month what's going on in 2021. I will, Christy, for my masterclass, you guys, just go to empathevolution.com and you can sign up. Like halfway down the homepage is energetic awareness. Sign up for that. All right. And the Journey to Awakening is starting in May. Look at that. Sign up for that as well. That would be great. If you have questions, definitely email me. But my point was, which I switched over, was that I actually ordered the booklet on what's happening in 2021. And then I'm like, okay, Michelle, let's just do a quick search on YouTube. What was 2021 going to be for you as an Aries? And I try not to get too far down the rabbit hole with all of that. But I found this amazing man, and he outlined, mind you, when I tune into somebody, anybody, when I tune into them, I'm tuning into the way their mind works. Empath, telepath. And if somebody, I get a lot more from listening to them than just the words. I get, who are they? I get the knowledge in the background, and they activate me. That's how much it means and how it shows up for me to be an empath. When I read a book, it's not just reading a book. I tune into the author, the vibration of the author, and how they're perceiving. So some writings I can read, and other writings I cannot. I won't. Because as soon as I read it, I'm like, this vibration stinks. turn it off. So that is part of what empaths do. Not necessarily knowing this is what you're doing, but this is what you're doing. So I was listening to this man, and he was just amazing. Mind you, I can only listen to, he had 2 videos on it, a video and a half, because I started to get, like, my brain starts going, stop, 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 stop. Too much information. So I have to go back when I have the wherewithal to, what I say, absorb it, hear it, integrate it, right? So anyway, I hope you guys learned something from this. I started with, what's frustrating you, and then we went all the way around to money, and we went all the way around to energy levels, and we went all the way around to the masterclass. I'm going to have masterclasses coming probably every couple months or months. So always check my website on the homepage. If there's a masterclass, it'll be broadcasted right there. And I've definitely enjoyed these on YouTube, enjoyed these in the group. And I hope you have a great day. Take it easy.